If nature had a hard drive for storing the past, it would be permafrost. For thousands of years, it has kept inside itself what would normally disappear without a trace: fur, skin, feathers, and sometimes even something that seems impossible, almost living biology. Today, we're going to look at 5 discoveries that feel like they were pulled not from ancient times, but from some kind of icy vault. And the further we go, the stranger it gets. But first, a quick explanation of how this is even possible. After death, a body usually breaks down fast. Heat, air, bacteria, all of it acts like an accelerator of decay. But in permafrost, reality is different. If an organism dies and ends up in the cold almost immediately, and there's little or no access to oxygen, the decomposition process slows down dramatically. It becomes a kind of natural preservation. Not perfect, but sometimes so powerful that scientists find not just bones, but entire bodies. And the first story on our list is about a creature that shouldn't have survived for so long at all. Discovery number 1. The horned lark. At first glance, what's so special? Just a small, ordinary bird. And that's exactly what makes it shocking. Small animals preserve the worst. They have tiny bodies. They decay faster, dry out faster, and disappear faster. But in this case, the conditions lined up as if nature deliberately decided to save this bird for future generations. The feathers, the body shape, the details, all of it lets scientists literally look into the past and see what a bird from the ancient frozen world actually looked like. Finds like this matter not because it's just a bird, but because birds are climate indicators. If we understand which species lived in a certain region, we can reconstruct more accurately. What the temperature was, what plants grew nearby, what the ecosystem looked like. Sometimes, a small discovery can tell us more about the past than a massive skeleton. But next comes something even stranger, because the next discovery didn't just preserve itself, it came back. Living deltoid rotifers. These are microscopic creatures you can't see without a microscope. They live in water, look like tiny moving dots, and usually don't surprise anyone. But scientists found them in ancient layers of permafrost that were about 24,000 years old. And this is where things start to sound like science fiction. After careful thawing, some of these organisms were able to move again, feed, and reproduce. Meaning, they weren't just remains. They were in a state that resembled a biological pause. This mechanism is called cryptobiosis. When conditions become extreme, the organism essentially shuts down most processes and waits. And this story is more disturbing than it is inspiring, because it means permafrost can store not only the bodies of ancient animals, it can store life, very small life, but real life. And now the question becomes uncomfortable. If rotifers can return, what else might be preserved in places we haven't looked yet? But let's return to more classic frozen discoveries. Discovery number 3, Blue Babe. Blue Babe is the famous mummy of an ancient steppe bison found in Alaska. And yes, it's actually called Blue Babe. Not because it was blue in life, but because after death, the tissues changed in a way that gave them an unusual shade. It looks almost unreal. A bison from the distant past, lying in permafrost for so long that only bones should have remained. But instead, parts of the body survived: soft tissues, skin. Finds like this give scientists a chance to study not only the animal's shape, but its real biology. And when you look at Blue Babe, you realize one thing: permafrost isn't just cold ground. It's a storage facility that sometimes preserves even what shouldn't be preserved. But the next discovery changes the scale. Discovery number 4, Nunchoga. This is the mummy of a baby woolly mammoth found in Canada in the Yukon. And it's one of those cases where people see the photos and don't believe they're real. Because the calf looks like it was found almost immediately after it died. The fur is still there, the body shape is intact. The details are so clear, it feels like it simply froze in time. It's believed the mammoth calf died in an accident. It may have fallen into mud or water and couldn't get out. And then the cold did what it does best. It stopped the destruction. For science, discoveries like this are pure gold, because it's not just a mammoth, it's a calf. Which means we can understand what young individuals looked like, how their fur developed, how their body features formed. Sometimes you can even find out what it ate. And finally, the last story is about a creature that vanished forever, but left a trace. Discovery number 5, the upland moa. The upland moa is an extinct giant flightless bird from New Zealand. Once, moas were part of a world that's hard to imagine today. Huge birds living peacefully in their environment, unaware of many threats. But they disappeared. And that's exactly why any remains, research, and museum discoveries connected to moas are so important. They help reconstruct their appearance, size, anatomy, and understand what exactly happened. Because extinction isn't just a page in history. It's a mechanism that keeps working. And when we look at the moa, we see an example of how quickly even a large, strong, successful species can vanish. And now, the most important part. Why do we hear about discoveries like these so often now? Because permafrost is starting to thaw. And that creates a double effect. On one hand, it's a chance to find even more ancient creatures that were hidden underground for thousands of years. A chance to gain new data about Earth's past. But on the other hand, it's a risk. Because permafrost isn't only a museum. It's a safe that stayed locked for a long time. And when the safe opens, it might release not only mammoth fur or ancient bird feathers, but also microorganisms that have been waiting for their moment. And after the rotifer story, one unsettling thought appears. Maybe some things in permafrost didn't die. They just slept for a very long time. So, those were 5 strange discoveries from the frozen past. Horned lark, an ancient bird preserved against all odds. Living deloid rotifers, microscopic life that returned after thousands of years. Blue babe, a steppe bison mummy that's hard to call just remains. Nun choga, a mammoth calf that looks like it froze yesterday. And the upland moa, a giant bird that vanished but left its mark. Write in the comments which story shocked you the most, and don't forget to like and subscribe.